Hey guys, this is Mike from Toyota Tech, and today we're going to take a look at the 2020 Nissan Kicks S. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to take a look at the Nissan Kicks S. Now this is a vehicle, let's go ahead and get a closer look here. You guys don't want to see me, right? Is actually, obviously it's 2021. This is a 2020 model of the Kicks, but this is actually the base variant of the Nissan Kicks. And the reason why I wanted to review or look at this car is, first of all, it's a hatchback, and I am a huge fan of hatchbacks, and this is my mom's newly traded in vehicle, so I'm able to show you guys and do a quick walk around of the actual vehicle. So this again is the regular Nissan Kicks S. You also have the SV and the SR trims, or the SR SV trims. Again, I'm not too keen on the trim level of the Nissan Kicks and the different types, but I know that there, I believe, are 3. So again, this is the base, and when I say base, this is like the lowest of the lowest, or the minimum of the minimum model. As you can see here, it does not have any type of rims or whatever. You just have your steelies and your hubcaps there, so nothing fancy there. No LEDs on the actual headlights. You just basically have your basic halogen bulbs. No fog lights on the bottom. So if you guys are just wanting a plain Jane car, we'll go over more of the price and the detail, or at least how much we got it for. And they just detailed it today. We actually have owned it for a couple days. I can already see some spotting though, and for the most part, it's if you guys want to know the tires that it came with, it's on Firestone's FT 140s, and I'm not 100% sure on the size of the tire. I want to say it's a 15-inch tire, but I'm not 100% sure. Can't find it. Here we go. The rim size on it is 205 by something here. Well, it's a 205 tire, but I believe it's an R16 tire, so 16-inch rim. And for the most part, even though it's not an actual rim, the hubcap doesn't actually look bad on it. So for the most part, people really aren't going to notice on the road. And my mom, when she bought this car, or she traded in her other car, she was driving a Hyundai Elantra GT previous to this. She really didn't care to get something that was super top of the line or anything like that. Obviously she wanted something that was going to get her to point A to point B, but something that was somewhat of a smooth ride. And for the most part, we test drove a couple of cars on the car lot. Shout out to Fiesta Nissan McAllen, or Burdogden Nissan, whatever you want to call it, or Fiesta Nissan Edinburgh, excuse me. They are the ones that helped us out, and if you guys watch this later on, the guy that sold me the car, his name is Angel, so big shout out to you, brother. And let's go ahead and look in the inside, or maybe look in the engine bay, and we'll get this going, guys. So let's get inside the car here. So just for those of you who are wondering, this does not have any type of key. So here's your key fob. Nissan's key fob, basically just basic, comes with lock, unlock, and then your panic button, which is the horn. The horn's actually pretty loud. No keyless entry or anything like that, so if I want to get in, I have to unlock the doors. So we're gonna go ahead and get in here, and I feel like I'm Soifan Bay from Redline Reviews, showing you guys all the quirks and little features of this vehicle. So let's get in the car. So first thing you get in, obviously, is the steering wheel. Again, this is the base model, so all you're going to see is a few little quirks and features here. You have the volume up and down button, you have the hands-free, you have the the telephone button, which obviously you'll use that to answer and hang up calls, your source button if you guys have your iPhone or Android connected, and your standard cruise control. Over here, obviously, is your little 7-inch touch display, which we'll go more over in just a bit. Down here, you do have your regular AC knob, so no auto AC or climate control. Very, very simple and basic. Everything is turn knob or push button. Down here, you do have a little USB connector, so you can connect your phone and charge it, with your standard little little electrical port here, where you can connect your little chargers and quick cables to. Push button start down here. Obviously you have a the little shifter here, which is again very basic. Again, you just have reverse, neutral, your drive, and your low range if you're trying to pull or tow something, which I don't think anyone would be definitely towing anything in this specific car. On your right hand side, of course, is the door. So everything in here is pretty much hard touch plastic. Obviously the higher trims like the SVs or the SRs have a little bit of a higher quality interior. This one, I guess I want to say it looks like a faux carbon fiber matte dash or something like that, but it's just hard plastic, honestly. So let's go ahead and let me close the car up so that we can get this going and show you guys a little more of the features. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started here. Again, push button start, and again I'll maybe do another startup for the actual engine. But if you guys look at the tacks here, the tack is actually very plain. You do have that little LCD panel in the middle, which again doesn't really show much. I mean, it gives you a little bit of information like the mile per gallons. Right now you can see here that the car only has about 49 miles on it. So when we walked off with this off the lot, we actually only had 1 mile on it, and the guy that sold us the car said he's never seen a car with that little miles ever since he became a salesman there. So I was like, well, that's cool, you know what I mean? Like, you know, that's pretty awesome that this came with only 1 mile, I guess, you know, off the factory floor or whatever, trying to peel off some little glue that was sitting there. But the tack is very plain. Even at nighttime when it's turned on, it's just a plain, like, I believe it's a plain white color and nothing very special to look at. If you really look over here as far as like the details, I don't know if you guys can pick that up, but you can actually see like the ABS and like all of the emergency lights, like kind of like I don't want to say embroidered in there, but kind of like you can see the pattern of it. So I don't know, the tack looks very cheap and inexpensive. If you guys look at the turn dials, very, very cheap also. One thing about this car though that I will say is it does have features. Okay, it does have so if you guys look at here, you have your lane keep assist feature, which I've actually used. It has departure warning, so if you guys are on the highway, and again this is called blind spot monitoring also, which I didn't think this car would come with any of that, but again, blind spot monitoring is a huge deal. If you guys see this little red light right here, or this little area right here, there's actually like a little area on both sides that turn on. So you actually have this little thing that turns on the inside. Most of the time you'll see it on the actual mirror, which I believe my car has it on the mirror, but this little light indicates that when you have someone in your blind spot. And again, it's going to be over here on this side as well. So again, for the most part, your windows are all push button, obviously. Only the driver's side is automatic, and it's only automatic down. So all of the other buttons you have to basically push down. So nothing too crazy there. Again, you can lock your windows. You can lock your windows so that it won't happen. You have power adjustable mirrors over here. Again, like I said, the AC is very basic. Again, you know, you have nothing special here. We will end up probably getting the car tinted a little bit later on. This car did not come with it. If you guys take a look at the seats here, the seats are very plain and bolstered for the most part, but they're actually very comfortable. Like, I feel like they have a lot of support, and we'll get in the back seat right now just so that you guys can take a look at the back seat also and see what the back seat has to offer. My mom does have a few of her things already in here already. But again, if you look in here, let's see, again, just plain cup holders, and you do have a little thing that lifts up. Of course, obviously we have to hold the mask. It is 2021, so we have to have the mask. Or a manual parking brake. You have your 2 cup holders down here. Again, nothing very fancy. Again, very, very plain Jane. You have your glove compartment over here. Again, no one really goes over the actual ceiling of these vehicles, but the ceiling is actually, it's a cloth material headliner, and not very good in my opinion. All of the previous cars that I've owned, they have Hyundai, the Hyundai vehicles that I've owned, the headliner is actually like a different material, and to me that material is a little bit better because that one you won't see sink over time or over the years like you have in those older cars. But maybe these newer cars have gotten better. So obviously no sunroof. You do just have your regular dome light here, and again you have your middle dome lights, which are obviously on and off, right? My mom was asking me about this. She's like, what do these buttons do? I don't know what these buttons do. I was like, they turn on the lights. So nothing crazy up here, right? Of course, you know, you just have your basic mirrors. This one's not lighted. Hey, how's it going, guys? Mike from B-Tech Reviews here. B-Tech Reviews and Toyota Tech. Okay, I have another YouTube channel. So the other YouTube channel is called B-Tech Reviews. This one obviously Toyota Tech. These this is something that I mentioned when we were looking at the car. Actually, I feel like these are huge. I guess the sun visors, but I guess because the roof is a little bit higher, so I mean you have pretty good amount of headroom in this. So pretty not too bad. I mean, again, you'll block the sun. So if you guys are wondering what miles per gallon this is going to get, you're going to get 33 miles per gallon, and it's EPA rated at 31 in the city, 36 highway. So you're actually going to get pretty good gas mileage. Right now, again, they sold it to us with a full tank, and we put about 40 miles on it already, and we're probably at 75% of a tank. And again, we don't usually drive this on the highway, so it's not something that's going to you know, again, break the bank as far as gas. So if you guys are wondering how much this car actually cost, this was the manufacturer suggested price is $19,000, but with all the little add-ons, it has splash guards, carpeted floor mats with cargo mats. A carpeted floor mats with cargo mats, $225. That's pretty ridiculous. Center armrest with storage, that was an extra $320. And then exterior ground lighting, which was an interesting option that this car doesn't really have. And I'll show you guys what that is right now. It's daytime, so you guys really aren't going to see it. But basically what that is when you open the doors, it has like a little bit of an LED light down here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that little LED light will light up at nighttime, and it'll light up the floor. So I might have to make another video about that little light. But basically, like I said, I don't know if I can get down here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's like a little LED strip. So I don't think you guys can see it since it's daytime right now. But I mean, it is what it is. Okay, so I just got my pants dirty. So let's go ahead and get in the back seat here. If you guys are wondering what the back seat looks like, this is it. And we'll also look at the trunk. So the trunk's really not that roomy. And again, since this is the base model, again, sorry, this is my mom's stuff. Since this is the base model, it does not come with this with the little cover that it would come on the higher trim level. Although it does have the little attachments for it that I'm seeing here, I don't see it. This specific model did not come with that, unfortunately. So that's another reason why I wanted to get tinted windows. A lot of room, though. I can't give you the actual cubic feet per feet there, but again, it's got those little kickstands, and it also has, again, a little windshield wiper for the rear, since this is technically a hatch. And of course, the rear view, the rear third tail light is LED. So let's go ahead and sit inside here. I've never sat in the back. This would be the first time. A couple of cat hairs back here. So I'm about 5'9", 5'10", and the front seat is pulled a little further back, so it's not too bad. Let me go ahead and close the door here. And again, you have that mirror going up and down. You can tell that the car's still wet because you can see the little bit of that. Pretty comfortable. Unfortunately, there's no center armrest or anything like that, so you are going to get cat hairs. You are going to just have that. So your cup holders are actually going to be here on the side of the actual door, I guess the door, plus the speakers. Again, this doesn't have any specific sound system. It's just a regular cheapy audio system. And I don't know the wattage on the speakers, but it's pretty basic. I mean, not a lot of bass. Down here you do have 2 USB connectors, so you do have 2 phone chargers. There's no back seat air vents or anything like that for the AC, but it's a relatively small car, so this car shouldn't take long to cool. Again, you have the same thing on the other side, and again, these seats are actually really comfortable. Like, I mean, anyone that's sitting in the back seat of this actual car, you know, you have a pretty good view, you know, from front to back, obviously, right? And you're really not going to see anything crazy as far as, like, you know, the suspension going up and down. You know, it's a very comfortable and smooth ride. So let's get back over here to the front seat, and we might actually have to take this for a test drive now. So again, let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and get my GoPro set up so we can actually take this for a little ride. But before that, I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys the engine. So I am actually going to turn this off really quick, and then I'm going to show you guys the little engine that this has. All right, so here is the engine of the 2020 Nissan Kicks. Again, this is the base model, guys, and for the most part, nothing special. This is a 1.6 liter dual cam. I believe the horsepower is 121 horsepower. Very minimal torque, or it might be around 130 horsepower with 121 pound-feet of torque. And again, very small but easy accessible engine. If anyone that is, you know, anyone that has to work on this car later on, definitely everything's accessible. It doesn't have one of those huge covers that you would normally see on a lot of the newer cars, and you can basically see everything Again, nothing too crazy. Again, like right now I don't even have daytime runnings on or anything like that. Pretty basic. Again, it's got a CVT, continuous variable time engine, so I've never had one of those cars. Usually I'll have GDI, which is gas direct inject. So I've never, this is the first CVT engine that my family has owned as far as that goes. And again, you know, it's not going to be a very fast car. You know, again, this is my mom's car, so she's really going to just drive it to work and back, and we might take it on a couple of road trips going forward from there. But let's get a closer look here. Again, nothing too crazy. You have your air filter right there that goes into your intake there. So again, very small engine, 1.6 liter. And you know, let's go ahead and take this thing for a test drive now. Okay guys, all right, so we are going to take this thing for a test drive here. Well, I've already driven it a couple times, so pretty much, you know, going back to the actual vehicle itself, you know, it's a very smooth ride. It's a, I want to say it's like a subcompact SUV in the specific category, but I don't know. This car would probably be following what the Nissan Juke or whatever that little vehicle was called, and for the most part that was very popular back in the day. And again, this car has like no horsepower and no torque whatsoever, but I mean, it is going to get you to point B. And again, for the most part, it's a very smooth ride. I hope you guys are enjoying the new GoPro experience over here. I did buy a GoPro mount, so that way I can you know, get on this and chit chat, and I'm actually being able to view my my optics here and able to adjust any camera's angling that I can roll out. So first stop that we're coming to, we are at a four-way stop here at a light, so I got the green, so I'm going to go ahead and take this again. You know, we backstory to my mom getting this car specifically. So my mom actually paid off her 2014 Hyundai Elantra GT, which that car was a little bit faster as far as horsepower goes, and it had pretty much almost identical specs, minus that one had heated seats and tinted windows. Other than that though, that car was very basic. It didn't really have anything going for it other than the brand and the warranty. So Hyundai actually has about a 10-year 100,000 mile powertrain warranty. This car, unfortunately, Nissan does not offer the same warranty. Hold on, I'm gonna fix the steering wheel just a little bit here, put it just a little bit higher. Hopefully my mom doesn't change that. So Hyundai does have a little bit of a higher warranty. Nissan, unfortunately, I think it's only 5 years 60,000 miles or 6 years 60,000 miles, something like that. For the most part though, I mean, my mom on her last vehicle, she had less than 20,000 miles on that. If you guys would believe it, she only had 16,000 miles on it, and she had the car for over 6 years. So that's pretty crazy considering. Again, this car currently only has about 49 miles on it, so I am going to put a couple miles on it as we test drive it here. And again, for the most part, the car's very basic, you know, not a lot of keen features, but hopefully we can maybe see some of these features as we're test driving it here. And I have a very loud truck next to me that's towing something. But right here, my little light's already lighting up that I have somebody in my blind spot. So that's telling me that the you know, the blind spot monitoring is working. Of course, you know, I haven't tried signaling so that I can hear any beeps here. Pretty much though, once you brake past 40 miles per hour, the lane keep assist kicks in, and then if I start steering off my actual I don't know if you guys heard that or not, if I steer off the lane just a little bit, you get a little bit of beep, and then the car will actually turn you back into the actual lane. It'll steer you back into the lane. So I thought that was something that was very interesting about this vehicle. Ooh, I should have turned in this street. This street has very little traffic, that's why. But that's one thing that I found interesting about this little car, is that even though it's less than $20,000, again, MSRP was at $20,000, but we ended up paying $10,000 because they gave us a good trade-in value for the other car. And oh, this truck just keeps catching up to me, and I'm hating every second of it. So hold on, let me pass it so that we can not hear that ugly sound. But yeah, for the most part, you know, this car is very inexpensive. So one thing that I am impressed with this vehicle is the fact that it has all these safety features that you wouldn't get in other cars that are in this price range. Or at least, you know, I don't know if other manufacturers are giving you all these bells and whistles in this specific price range. Again, the lane keep assist, the lane departure warning, and of course the blind spot monitoring is just something that you don't see in this specific price range, you know what I mean? But I think that that's something that's pretty good that's happening for the most part, that you can get all these little features in such a low expense or inexpensive car. And this car is not going to be for everyone, obviously. This car is going to be for someone that just wants to get something that's, again, going to get them to point A to point B. This isn't going to be the stylish car that people are looking to get into or anything like that, you know what I mean? For the most part, we will see, again, the higher trims look a little bit nicer, and like the SV and the SR, the higher trims have another paint on the top. So like if the car is blue, you might see a white top, and vice versa, you know what I mean? And of course, different styling interior. Like the I believe it was the SV had like a leather trimmed dash here, so it was a lot nicer. Again, this one's just hard touch plastic, so it wasn't looking very nice. And again, for the most part, we'll see how this test drive goes, but so far very smooth. Again, the seats are very comfortable, and again, I would turn on the radio, but I don't want to get hit from that copyright, even though this YouTube video or YouTube channel is not monetized yet. Hopefully this channel can be monetized one day, but not yet, obviously. So for now, I'm going to turn it over here. Hopefully these cars don't come and hit me over here. But yeah, for now, and we're passing a cemetery, by the way, so RIP to all my dead family members that are buried in the cemetery. Again, I am driving this locally. I'm not driving this on the highway. I did take this on the highway earlier though, and as far as comfortability wise, getting on and off the highway, etc., I had no issues. It speeds up pretty quick. Like if I floor it, you are gonna hear the engine kind of struggle a little bit, right? Because again, the horsepower and the torque just are not there. But again, once you're at highway speeds and everything's smooth, you're gonna have a comfortable ride, whether you're traveling on the road or whatever, or if this is just your daily commuter. It's really not going to, I guess you're not going to come out of this feeling uncomfortable, etc., like that. So again, I am turning here. Turns very nice. Again, there is no eco button as far as I know, so this car is already set to its whatever setting it is. And for the most part, guys, this car, for the price, I think it's a very good deal, you know what I mean? Again, I think it's got, and this is something I forgot to mention, but this car also has front end collision detection, actually. So it does have the camera up here. I don't know if you guys can see where my finger is by the rear view mirror. This little area has a camera that obviously it's going to keep you in the lane if I start steering off for just a little bit. There you go. So you guys can see here that my lane keep assist went off there, and I don't know if you guys saw the little light go off on there, but the lane keep assist is working. And again, for the most part, I think that's a pretty cool little feature that this has. And of course, on the dash here, it does give you an average of what you are getting as far as gas mileage. Again, right now this thing, it only has 50 miles on it, but my gas mileage, according to this, the average is 21.8. So definitely not what it's saying on here, which is the 33 miles a gallon in city, or 31 in city. But again, I have been driving with a little bit of a heavy foot also ever since ever since we've owned this car. My mom probably drives it very, very slowly as well. She doesn't drive very fast at all. So for the most part, she just, again, drives this to work and back. She doesn't really do anything else except go to the store. She is semi-retired, so if anything, I will be driving this vehicle more than she will be. So again, I feel like I'm trying to drive on a more open road here for you guys, so that I don't have to deal with too much traffic. But very comfortable ride, guys. I mean, AC, it's very nice and cool. Again, it stinks that we don't have auto climate, or you don't have those features like the heated or cooled seats. But again, this is the base model, so for those of you who are just looking for something that's nice, that has a little bit of safety features like this, and you don't really care for features like auto climate, or the heated seats or the cooled seats, or even the heated steering wheel, because I don't know if the higher trims come with that, then you might want to look at something like this, especially for someone that wants to just get into their first vehicle, maybe, or someone that wants to buy their kid their first car. You know what I mean? This is going to be a very enjoyable ride for them. They'll be able to take a few of their friends on the road, Of course, safety first, right? We are still living in the corona world, but for the most part, very nice little car to drive, guys. And you know, I just want to close this video out by saying thanks again for watching my channel. You know, this is a startup car YouTube channel. I don't really know where I'm going with this specific channel in the future, as again, you know, if I can get my hands on other vehicles and review these other vehicles, then I definitely will. But in the meantime, you know, I will work with vehicles that I have, like my Toyota 4Runner, my Hyundai Veloster, or even do update videos on this specific car. You know, again, this is a 2020 model, and again, we got it for really good deals. So again, big shout outs to Fiesta Nissan in Edinburgh, Texas. You know, if you guys are familiar with that area. And you know, again, I don't know if I will be doing any update videos on this car, but if I am, then you guys will be seeing it if anything goes down with this vehicle as far as any mechanical issues go. So again, guys, I just want to thank you all for watching. Again, don't forget to smash that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and as always, thank you again for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, so now that the sun's going down, I can finally show you all what I meant when I said that the car has like some sort of like side paneling LED floor lights going on here. So this is when you know, it's already dark, and you can tell earlier I wasn't able to show you guys, but yeah, pretty much when you unlock the door, the car will light up just like that. And of course, when you open the doors, it'll stay on. Now right now it'll go off after a few seconds, and then we'll get that going again, just so you guys can kind of see like, oh, it'll turn on when I open the door. So okay, the back door is going to open now, and the light does turn on again. This does go on both sides, by the way, which I thought was a pretty cool little feature. So you know, if you guys are you know, lost in a parking lot and you want to figure out where your car is, you know what I mean, aside from the panic button, obviously, which is going to be on these little remotes, right? You know, when you unlock your car, you're going to get that little you know, that little light, which I thought was pretty cool. And again, you know, just a little added feature that was included. Again, this specific feature does not come normally on the Nissan Kicks base model, so this was something that was I guess, I don't know if it was added in or this was just like a specific version of the Kicks that, you know, had it. But again, pretty cool little feature, guys. Again, when you open the door, and it's not common in most base model vehicles, so just wanted to throw that out for you guys. Again, Mike from Toyota Tech here. Again, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for liking the channel, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you guys next time, and Happy New Year. Okay.